all the best horses in the country are lined up here today. Well, let's have a look now at the runners and riders for the First National 1600. Right.
Well, there we have the runners for the First National Bank 1600 metres, 16 runners, and there are 2 mares here in this race, and they have every chance of clinching the title of First National Bank winner for 1992. Number 1 on the card is the Racing Digest winner, Bluffing. He comes from the stable of Alex Laird, one of Alex's 2 runners here, the other being number 2, Sani Pass. Number 1 is ridden by Gavin Finzale, and Sani Pass by Stephen Jupp. Number 3 is the Durban Raider, Dawson Trail, who's ridden this afternoon by Kevin Shea and is trained by Dougie Campbell. Number 4, First City, from the stable of T.P. Thomas and ridden by Jockey Bortas. Number 5, Gold Ransom, the one of Gary Alexander's 2 runners here. His other is number 6, Naval Guest. Number 5, Gold Ransom, ridden by Toby van Boomer. Naval Guest, ridden by one of South Africa's leading jockeys, Dougie White, drawn 15. Number 7 is Goldmark, Pierce Stradum in the saddle. His 14 draw to overcome. Moving on down the field, number 8 is Howitzer, this B division runner with work to do here, Paul Butchwell in the saddle. Moving on down the field, number 9 is Ring of Pound. He comes from the stable of Michael Azzi and Donovan Habib in the saddle, winner of the Gilbies. Number 10 is the fancy runner, Senor Santa, the winner of this race last year, trying to emulate Wolf Power, who won it twice in a row in 82 and 83. If he wins today, he'll take his stakes to 1.5 million. 11 is The Edge, ridden this afternoon by Brett Smith. 12 is Brief Affair, who'll be partnered by Felix Kutsi and is trained by Spike Larina. 13, an interesting runner, the Zimbabwe entry, trained by Michael Lindley. Circle the Sun, Glenn Finch in the saddle. 14, State Control, winner of the SA Guineas, Michael Roberts in the saddle. 15, Miss Averoff, she won this race in 1989. Gospel arrives here today. If she wins it, she'll take her stakes earnings to an excess of 1 million rand. And number 16, Roland Song, completes the lineup. She's the winner of almost 2 million rand in stake money. If she wins today, she'll take her earnings to 2 million and become the most stakes winningest filly ever in the history of South African racing.
Well, we have no betting price up here at Turffontein at the moment, but during the week, Senor Santa has been even money favourite. But it may not be that easy. There's some very good horses in this race who have some exceptional records. Let's take a look at the form of some of the fancied runners in this event.
This 6-year-old mare has won 13 races and earned a staggering 1.7 million rand in stakes. Although experts feel today's race is too short for her, she has proved to be a hard horse to beat at Turffontein, as she showed with winning the administrators back in April.
Still in front, Danger trying to wear her down. Roland Song, Danger, they drive to the line. Roland Song has won it for the 2nd year in a row. Danger.
Another of the country's top mares, this 6-year-old has won 9 races and earned just over 800,000 rand in stakes. She has an exceptional record in big races, as she showed last time out with a fast finishing 2nd in the 1600-metre Jameson November handicap.
Last year's consolation winner, Jungle Sands, is on his bicycle. Miss Averoff is coming up late, but Jungle Sands is clear and going on to win it. Jungle Sands wins it easily from Miss Averoff, Super Tan and...
This horse has won over £1 million rand in prize money during his racing career. He won the First National last year, and last time out turned in a top-class performance when winning the Keith Hepburn Champion Stakes, beating amongst others Ring of Pound, Naval Guest and Roland Song.
Guest is coming on strongly now, and between horses, Senor Santa. Senor Santa's flying, and what a classy run. Senor Santa has got enough to beat Ring of Pound.
He's rated the champion sprinter in the country. Goldmark has won 10 of his 16 starts. He showed just how good he is over sprint distances when last time out he led all the way to win the 1200-metre SA Airways at Turffontein.
Mersey Beater's running a big race in 2nd place, and Shadari's flying on the outside, but Goldmark has their measure and going on strongly. Goldmark wins it easily from Mersey Beat. Gold Ransom will just get 3rd spot ahead of Naval.
This is one of only 3 4-year-olds in today's race. He did not act in yielding going when unfaced last time out, but prior to that completed a hat-trick when winning easily over 1600 metres at Newmarket.
The better of the 2. Brief Affair has the lead as they run down to the line and pulling off to win it now. Brief Affair goes away to beat The Edge, then came Ricardo, Typically Tropical and Game of Glory.
Well, there are 1 or 2 runners there with some decent-looking form, aren't there? But I can tell you that our Eminent Supersport team were out in the tracks during the week at Rooikiesfontein and Transvaal, and some of the horses that perhaps don't have quite the form of some of the other runners certainly showed us that they're in fine fettle for today's race and likely to give a very good account of themselves.
Out at the Rooikiesfontein Training Centre, jockey Garth Fuller has been putting Miss Averoff through her paces, a mare that thrives on hard work. Miss Averoff looks in top condition. The Zimbabwean train Circle the Sun arrived at Turffontein on Monday, and on Tuesday, together with a companion, was given a light workout. Circle the Sun is ridden here by jockey Glenn French. sprinter Goldmark is looking in top condition and was given a light workout midweek on the sand track. Although not asked to do much, looked to being enjoying himself. Out at Turpentine on Tuesday, Naval Guest, nearest the camera, worked with a stable companion. Ridden here by his jockey, Dougie White, Naval Guest strode out well and looks a very fit horse. Back at Rijkersfontein on Wednesday, our cameras caught Brief Affair in action. Brief Affair, nearest the camera, was given an easy pace workout with a companion. Brief Affair looks good. Ria Plan, one of Michael Azzey's two runners in the race, was another that was given a light midweek workout. Many experts feel he may not stay the distance, but today's race will tell. Gold Ransom, also nearest the camera and stable companion to Naval Guest, did pace work out at Turpentine on Tuesday. He is another that has stamina doubts over this testing 1,600 meters distance. Although he had a light workout on Wednesday, this outsider looked extremely well. He may not have the form to match the more fancied runners, but appeared to be in top condition.
Well, watching those horses work during the week, I was out at Rijkersfontein. I thought Miss Averov looked exceptionally well. I was really impressed with her, and I was also impressed with the Zimbabwean horse, Circle, the Sun. But the people who will know how good those horses are the trainers. They are the people that have prepared them for these races. Let's hear what those trainers have to say.
Miss Everoff ran a very good race last time out at Germiston over the mile. She came from Taildorf to finish a very good second to Jungle Sands. She's very well. I expect her to run a good race over the Turpentine 1600, which she'll be better suited to. And I'm sure that she'll be right there at the finish.
Circle the Sun himself, regarding his form in Zimbabwe, has run 12 times. This will be his 13th start, which is a lucky number for me. Won 9 of them. He's won them very easily and impressively around the turn over a mile, which seems to be his best distance. We then decided to come for the first national because it's being his best trip, and I think Zimbabwe needs a bit of exposure into South Africa, and Circle the Sun comes as ambassador. And as far as I'm concerned, when I turn for home in the first national, Circle the Sun's going to be right there, and he's going to be in a shake-up and do something first.
Naval Guest ran a very disappointing race last time out in the Germiston November handicap. He hit a patch at the 1,000-meter mark, and he dropped a bit on Dougie White. To me, it wasn't a very good run, but those are the elements in racing. He is distance suited. He won the computer form champion stakes over 1,800 meters at Turpentine, so the mile shouldn't be a problem for him. Given a clear run and the pace is right, I think we'll be in there with a very big chance.
Goldmark has run once before over 1,600 meters at Germiston. It was as an early 3-year-old, and it was his second run after a long race. He finished first 2 lengths behind the Eiger. It wasn't bad at all for that stage. He was carrying 58.5. I reversed him to sprint after that because it was obvious a horse that couldn't be run very often. So now he's a 5-year-old. I think I'll try him again over the 1,600. The only problem is he has to settle. If he's pulling like he's pulling in his last sprint, then obviously the 1,600 is not going to suit him. But if the horse is relaxed on the day, I think he will be a hard horse to beat.
Bluffin, he's had a problem with hanging. It's to do with his staffel. He's got a problem with his near staffel. We've treated it. We're hoping that it can hold out on Saturday. If he doesn't hang, he'll run a very good race. Being a right-hand turn, he can go onto the fence anyway. He caused a bit of trouble in the Clearwood Winter by hanging out and carrying my cousin's horse, Spook and Diesel, out. They mustn't go on the wrong side of him. He'll carry it across.
Well, there you see the big crowd here at Turpentine today. You may be interested to know here that the Pick 6 pool has reached 3.1 million and the jackpot pool 1.3 million. So a lot of money spent here today. There'll be people trying to win those big pools, and there'll also be 20 people here today, one of which will be coming an instant millionaire, because we're going to have the Operation Hunger draw for the million rand later. When the horses have gone down to the start, those people will draw for, each will draw a horse, and the one that draws the winner will win the million rand. There you see the people, the 20 finalists who are all standing by to draw a horse once the horses have gone down to the post. And one of them today will become an instant millionaire. Well, it's everybody's dream, and there's 20 dreamers there, and one of them's going to have his dream realized. A very tense moment for them. As I said, the draw will be done later when the horses have gone down to the start. So there you see the parade ring, the who's who of the racing world gathering in the parade ring. The jockeys have just come into that parade ring. All the owners and trainers from around the country, and we do have horses from every province racing here today, and some interesting owners will be in that parade ring. Are the owners of Circle the Sun. He's come all the way from Zimbabwe to contest this race. Zimbabwe horses have in the past had a good record here in Turfentine. Bill Bailey having won having been beaten here by a Rhodesian horse called Merciless Sun in the summer handicap. I remember a horse called Valan trained by Henry Ito. He came from Rhodesia. And there is Miss Avarov now, one of the fancy contestants there. Miss Avarov, of course, one of two mares in the race. There are two mares, Miss Avarov and Roland Song, both 6-year-old mares. Roland Song already an equine millionaire. She's won 1.7 in stakes. And Miss Avarov, if she wins today, will join the elite band of equine millionaires. In this case, of course, a millionairess, because Miss Avarov will take her earnings to over £1 million. There in picture now, we see First City. Well, one of the long-priced horses in the race, 6-year-old First City. He's a horse that also likes Turfentine. He's done fairly well here. And there's Miss Avarov. Beautiful grey filly, as I said earlier. I watched her work during the week. I was very impressed. I thought she looks very well. I think she's really going to do well. Well, one person that's really done well is Michael Mace Roberts. He's just arrived from Japan to be at Turfentine Day. He rides state control, and he's with Neil Duffy right now.
Well, Michael Roberts, indeed, we're very lucky to have him with us here in South Africa. Just jetted in from Japan. Of course, he ran in the Japan Cup on Sunday, if you were watching on MNet. And Michael Roberts, back in South Africa, you're becoming an international hero. What's it feel like to be back in your home country?
Well, it's very nice to be back to the nice sunshine. Feeling good, you know.
Michael, your horse you're riding today, State Control, he's a little horse with a lot of ability. Just knocking at the door his last couple of runs. How do you think he'll go this afternoon?
Well, I hope, well, obviously I don't know that much about him, but, I mean, he's won the SA Guineas, so any horse that's won the Classic, you know, you've got to respect him. Senior Santa's a favourite of mine. He's a lovely horse, and, you know, he's probably the horse we've all got to beat. But I'm looking for a good run out of this horse. Like I say, I don't know much about him. I've never seen him, so it's going to be quite fun, I think.
Michael, this is a great race that has a great history. It was the Hawaii Stakes. Some good horses have won this race, the likes of Wolf Power. Do you think that we have a potential future champion in amongst the field here? Have you had a chance to take a look at them?
Well, Senior Santa, I would say, is probably the best horse in the race. Roland Song is getting on a bit. The other filly, Miss Avarov, you know, they're very good horses on their day. You know, I wouldn't say we sort of got an English Group 1 winner here among these, but, I mean, you know, it's a good field, you know, top class, really, for South Africa.
Michael, we'll let you go and join your connections, and we hope things go well for you today.
Thank you.
Well, back having a look at the horses in the parade ring. The jockey's getting their instructions now. That was Roland Song that just went past there out of your picture. Coming towards you now is Bluffing. Have a look at the bubble on his right eye. He wears that bubble. As you know, he has a damaged eye to stop the sand getting in. The Edge, number 11, trained by Johnny Nicholson. He'll be ridden by Brett Smith. Going just out of picture there was number 3, Dawson Trail from Natal. And there we're looking at a Brief Affair. Now, this horse is some very good form, but doesn't like the wet. Well, it certainly isn't wet here at the moment, and therefore Brief Affair, well, he should run up to his top form. And talking of top form, one horse here that obviously has top form is Senor Santa.
And indeed, Senor Santa, a horse who's looking to take his earnings to 1.5 million rand this afternoon. With me, his trainer, Willie Peters. Willie, how's the horse travelled up to Johannesburg?
Neil, honestly, his preparation couldn't have been better. He always travels well, and there's no exception.
Wolf Power was the last horse to win this race twice in a row in 82 and 83, and I'm sure you'd like to notch up Senor Santa's names in the history books in the same sort of terms.
Well, there's absolutely no reason why he can't do it. You know, I think the horses that we have to beat are horses that he beat last year. I believe he's as well, if not better. So there's absolutely no reason why he can't do it again.
Been reported in the press during the week that he doesn't like the rain. Does he not like the water on his back, or does he not like wet underfoot conditions? Because it looks like we might get a bit of rain.
No, that won't worry him at all. It's the conditions, underfoot conditions, that he worries about. The rain's not going to worry him at this late stage. I think the heavens can open and we'll be okay.
Willie, horses that have won this race have gone on to bigger and greater things like the Queen's Plate and the Met, and I know that you've got that in your sights.
He's leaving tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock for Cape Town. If all goes well, he will run in the Queen's Plate.
Willie, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The jockeys have mounted, and there is Senor Santa, ridden by Jeff Lloyd. We just heard what Willie Peters had to say. Senor Santa won this race last year, narrowly beating Miss Averov, and maybe we might have the same race result today, or this time it may be the chance of Miss Averov. Senor Santa certainly looking very well there. Jeff Lloyd won on Senor Santa last time out, coming with a devastating run. It was here at Turfentine. They won the Keith Hepburn Champion Stakes.
Well, we've heard what the horses have to say. They've showed us what their form tells us, and they've showed us what's happening at the gallops, and we've heard what the trainers have to say. And now it's our chance to find out just what the jockeys who are riding in this race think about their chances here. Of course, some really good jockeys, the likes of Michael Roberts, Pierce Stradham, Jeffrey Lloyd, Dougie White, Felix Coetzee. The top jockeys in the log here, they're all taking part this afternoon, and that certainly adds the flavour of this race. A jockey's comment is always valid. Let's find out what the boys had to say when we spoke to them during the week.
Senor Santa won this race last year. To me, he made up a lot of ground in a big field, and at the end was probably firing the last 50. And speaking to the jockey of the horse that day, he just felt this horse has got such an acceleration. Over the mile, you've got to watch out. He gets there too quickly. And, well, I think this race will probably be run to suit him. It's not as big a field. I don't think it's as strong as it was last year. And hopefully he can follow the horse through, and I can sit in him as long as possible. I think he is the horse they've all got to beat.
Deborah's doing very well. She's shown a very good race last time out. She ran second to Senor Santa in the same race last year. She won it the year before. I think this year her preparation's been a lot better, and she'll be right there to finish. She's distance suited and court suited. She's working very well.
I've run Goldmark in his last two starts. I rode him at Clearwood where he won very well. He jumped out, he was very relaxed, and he came away to win it quite well. The next time I rode him at Turfington, he jumped out very well, and he was a bit keen right through. Although he still won it, he was actually prodding at the end. I feel if he has to produce his run where he won at Clearwood, he jumps a little bit slow, he relaxes, I think he'll see out the mile. The horse to beat must be Senor Santa, and I think the dark horse of the race must be Naval Guest.
Well, last time Naval Guest didn't run the race we expected him to run. It was a little bit disappointing, but that was due to the going at Germiston that day. He really didn't enjoy it. He hit a bad patch, and from then on, I was off the bit the whole way. This morning he worked very well. I was pleased with his work. He's come through his preparation well, and I think he's in with a big chance. He beat obviously Senor Santa, but I think he's in with a big chance.
Well, there you see the crowd coming through the front of the course to watch the horses as they come on parade. The horse is busy coming down the chute here. It's a long chute from the parade ring to the race course here. And there is a parade today. They don't usually have a parade for a 1,600-meter race at Turfentine, but they are having one today because it is a special event. The crowd here, we haven't had crowd estimates, but certainly looking at the grandstand, pretty packed there. Inside the grandstand, there's some fantastic restaurants, and they really are all packed today. But the main actors in today's First National 1600 are about to come onto the course for those people that have all come here to see them. And let's join Craig Peters.
And as the runners for the First National Bank, 1,600 metres or 400,000 rand, come down the chute, this field has earned just on 8 million rand and won 125 races between the 16 of them. In the lead is Bluffing under Gavin van Zyl, and Bluffing is a 5-year-old son of Singh, trained by Alec Laird, winner of the race in Digest 1900. His neck is tucked into his shoulders, and he looks extremely well. 2 is Sani Pass, ridden by Stephen Judd. The Natal Challenger, Dawson Trail, ridden by Kevin Shea, trained by Doug Campbell. Now the runners are on the track. Bluffing is on his toes. He's the family of Tekla Bluff, 140,000 rand purchase. He was well beaten by Senor Santa in the Keith Hepburn Champion Stakes in his penultimate start. The balance of the field about to come out on the track for the First National Bank. Number 12, Brief Affair, ridden by Felix Coetzee. You will note that Felix wears the purple cap. That's First City, number 4, ridden this afternoon by Baron Puertas. He would be a shock winner. He's one of the outsiders in this afternoon's event. Immediately behind that is number 5, Gold Ransom, Toby van Boemer in the irons. And then with the yellow cap is Striker Stratum on Goldmark. The red cap of Donovan Habib on Ring a Pound. Ring a Pound has a place chance from a good draw. The 19,000 rand buy has yet to win beyond 1,200 meters. Stablemate is number 8, Howitzer, who will wear a white cap. Head on view of the runners. It's number 2, Sani Pass once again. Seldom runs a bad race, and last time out was far from disgraced. Dawson Trail will be suited to this track here at Serpentine. First City, wearing blinkers this afternoon. That's number 6, Naval Guest. Jockey Douglas White will only mount up once on track. Naval Guest, a son of Northern Guest, and of course Northern Guest, the full brother to El Grand Senor. Here's your favorite. Senor Santa, ears pricked. We will watch how he goes down this afternoon. He usually goes down short, but comes back different division. That's 12, Brief Affair by Elevation, who's currently 5th on the national tyres log. There's Mace Roberts back in town aboard State Control.
Well, Neil, I thought watching the horses go down, I certainly say what I said earlier. I thought Miss Avrov looked very well, and I think Roland Song looked very well today.
Definitely true. The two fillies here have a very strong say in the outcome of this race, and there in fact is Roland Song. And of course we all know that she's attempting to become the first filly to win 2 million rand in stake money this afternoon. And if she can do that, well, then she certainly will confirm that she is the best horse that has ever raced in this country as far as stake fillies go. She's looking really well this afternoon, and I think that Rhys van Wyk looks pretty confident too.
Well, Bluffing, I see he's wearing his bubble again today, and he's a horse that hangs badly. We heard Alec Laird say earlier he was hoping he wouldn't cause too much trouble. And Alec, of course, has 2 horses in the race, Sani Pass and Bluffing.
Well, Sani Pass, I think, is going to have to find an extra gear here this afternoon if he's to do anything. And as Stephen just said as he went past us, he feels sorry for the person who draws that in the Gold Rush 11 this afternoon, because he thinks he's got a lot of work to do here. Here's the other filly, number 15, Miss Avrov. Of course, she won this race in 1989, and she's too looking to take her stakes in excess of 1 million rand.
Well, we're back here with Roland Song. She's at the back of the parade, but she's not often at the back of the field. But I see the horses are reaching the part where they're nearly going to turn and go down. And let's rejoin Craig Peters.
And that's number 15, Miss Avrov by Foveros, who won the 1981 First National Bank. This afternoon, Garth Fuller has the ride. This is Naval Guest coming by. Naval Guest ridden by Dougie White. A 40,000 rand buy, striding out freely on the way to the start. Seldom runs a bad race at this track. Dawson Trail coming on with Kevin Shea in the irons. From the tell is Dawson Trail, a son of Jungle Cove. There's number 1, Bluffing, winner of the Racing Digest 1900, being taken down very calmly by Gavin Finzale. Followed on by number 2, Sani Pass. Sani Pass looks well. First City, one of the outsiders in the race. Immediately behind him is Gold Ransom and Toby van Boemer in the white blinkers. I'd have to say that maybe the stable companion is preferred. Number 7, Goldmark. A wide draw, question mark this trip, but the female line is packed with some good middle distance performers. A 62,000 rand buy, brilliant sprinter. Number 9, a Ring a Pound. He has yet to win beyond 1,200 meters. Followed down by the Edge, winner of the main state trial. The Edge ridden by Brett Smith, outside stall of Stillgate, number 16. There's the champion himself, Senor Santa. Champion sprinter in 89 and 90. Last year's winner when he came from Stone Lodge. Number 12, Brief Affair, tugging against the bit. Takes Felix Kuti down to the start at the First National Bank, over at the 1600 meter. There's the Zimbabwean challenger, Circle the Sun by Sun Tonic. Sun Tonic was second to Over the Air in the 79 July. Number 15, Miss Avrov, looking extremely well. Neck tucked into shoulders. Number 16, Roland Song and Rhys van Wyk, Horse of the Year in 1988. That's the runners for the first national bank of 400,000 rand, a Grade 1 event.
Daar is talle banke en bouverenigings wat graag jou handtekening wil hê. Maar voordat jy na die bank gaan, dink eers. Wie die meeste banke gaan, dat die is die beste toegerus om jou die gereed te bied van die checkrekening wat op 'n professionele wyse bestuur word. Dink eers, teken hier.
Well, down here, lots of excitement amongst the finalists for Operation Hunger. One of them is going to win 1 million rand. The horses have gone down according to the rules, are now allowed to draw their horse and the horse that could win them 1 million rand, and we're going to do that right now. If you look towards the right-hand side as we are down here amongst the Operation Hunger finalists, they're about to draw their horses. Let the first finalist come up, Mr. Steyn. You were the first one to be drawn on Tuesday at the Carlton. Out it comes. Mr. Steyn is one of 20 finalists. Out comes his name, his number. He will be given a hat that will identify him. And he has drawn number 19, which is no horse. Bad luck, but Mr. Steyn collects 5,000 rand. Right, Mr. Tatley. There we go. Mr. Tatley, what have you drawn? The Edge, 11. He's drawn 11. Mr. Tatley draws 11. And there's his hat number. Mr. Taylor. There are 16 runners. 4 of them obviously will qualify for 5,000 rands only. Mr. Tatley has drawn 8 howitzer. Mr. Taylor draws howitzer. Right, Mr. Besaidnote is the next one to draw. He draws. Mr. Barry Spott of First National Bank says 15, Miss Averoff. J.D. Besaidnote draws Miss Averoff. Mr. A.Y. Musa has drawn 6 naval guests. 6 naval guests. He gets his hat and he takes his seat. Mr. Corrin will be the next one, and as I say, there are 20 of them. 4 of them will win 5,000. Mr. Corrin draws 3 Dawson Trail. Mr. Corrin draws Dawson Trail and he gets his hat. Right, Mr. de Klerk, all the way from the far north, draws 9 ring a pound. Well, he needs to ring a lot of million rands here. Right, here goes Mr. Turco. Is our next one. He's drawn lucky number 13, Circle the Sun, our Italian friend, Circle the Sun. Mr. A.T. York has drawn, and he has drawn 7 Goldmark. Mr. York draws Goldmark. Mr. Olivier, meneer Olivier. Ons kyk wat jy gedoen het. Let's have a look what you've drawn. Mr. Oliver has drawn 4 First City. 4 First City. Wacht vir jou hoekie, meneer. Daar sê Mr. Biggs has drawn, there we go, and we have a look, and he's drawn 12 Brief Affair. We're still waiting for the 2 favorites. Miss Averoff is out. We're still waiting for the next one. Mr. Kensley has drawn no horse. Unfortunately, bad luck. Right, here we go. Mrs. Brooks. Mrs. Brooks looking has drawn 16 Roland Song. The filly draws a mare. Or is it the mare that draws a mare? Relax, my darling, just take a seat. We're going to be with you now. There we go. Very excited. Mrs. Steinman has drawn 1 Bluffing. Bluffing, number 1 Bluffing. Wacht vir jou hoekie, mevrou. Daar sê, thank you very much. Right. Evie Leonard, Mr. Leonard, has drawn 5 Gold Ransom. Draws 5 Gold Ransom. There we are. Mrs. Golden of the Golden Syndicate has no horse. Sadly, the Syndicate, no horse. Very sad. Right. Mr. Modese, we've lost the eye, draws 2 Sani Pa. Number 2, Sani Pa. There's your hat. There we go. There we go. Mr. S.M. Joubert standing in for Mrs. Van Heerden, draws 14 State Control. State Control, Mr. Joubert from Pretoria. Margolis has drawn no horse. Mr. Margolis has drawn no horse. And Mr. K.R. Bardol, the last one out, draws 10 Senor Santa. Well, there we have it. That's all the excitement. The 20 horses have been drawn. The horses are on the way to the start. And within 20 minutes from now, we will know we will have another instant millionaire in Operation Hunger's Gold Rush. Don't miss the excitement down here as you watch the finalists line up next to me.
Well, Senor Santa last out there. He could be first home. The bookmakers certainly think he'll be first home. Right from the time the betting opened on this race, Senor Santa has been a favourite. He was even money favourite yesterday. Let's check the betting now and see if it's changed and what price he is here on the course at Turfentine.
Although we have the numbers that always tell the story, the horses on a bit of a drift here. Senor Santa still favourite, opened at 13 to 10. He's now on offer at 18 to 10. That's not good news for you if you've backed this favourite here, but he looked pretty well on the way down to the start and still the favourite at 18 to 10. The second favourite is Miss Avaros, the winner of this race in 1989. She's opened at 7 to 2 and she's shortened into 33 to 10. The sprinter Goldmark, number 7, steady at 6 to 1. The filly Roland Song, number 16, steady.
Shortened. Down there we had a small problem, but as you see, Senor Santa, he is favoured for this race, 16 to 10. Well, during the week, we've been speaking to a lot of guys, as you saw. The other people we've been speaking to are the newspaper tipsters in the Transvaal. We spoke to them last week to ask them what they thought would win today's big event.
Senor Santa won this race last year. He obviously has a good chance again, providing the going is good. He ran a good race in the Keith Heaven. If this thing is out of the ground, Miss Avaroff will be a lively bet. Roland Song will again give a good performance. Goldmark tackles his first distance at good surprise. My selections are Senor Santa first, Miss Avaroff, and Goldmark.
Senor Santa has beaten most of the opposition he meets here this afternoon, and there's no reason why he shouldn't do it again. Miss Avaroff won in 1989 and could be the biggest danger, but Roland Song and Goldmark, who tries this distance for the first time, also warrant consideration.
Alle oog gaan natuurlijk vandaag op Senor Santa gericht wees, maar wedders moet gerust tydkontrole dophou. Gister was daar groot geld vir hom gewees. Sy wedsyfer het van 20-1 na 10-1 verander. Hy word deur Meis Roberts gery en ek dink hierdie perd van vandag die gunstelinge op hulle neus sal laat kyk. My keuse is Senor Santa, Miss Avaroff, Roland Song en tydkontrole.
So the intriguing aspect about this year's first National 1600 is that we've got the first 4 past the post from last year's race, so we need to look and see what variables there are that could cause a change in the result. What I like about Roland Song is the fact that she's had 1 extra run before this year's race, whereas last year she came into running fresh immediately after a rest. That and the fact that she races in blinkers inclines me to favour her because I really regard her as the top horse in the country. I think I'll go for her to win it this year to get a revenge on Senor Santa, and Mr. Avaroff I'll choose for third.
Well, I've heard what a lot of people have got to say today. The talking is nearly over. The field are down at the start. Some news here from Turffontein, though. There are some big black clouds coming over. There's the odd little drop, and there's a big threat here of a storm. So we could have rain very soon here. But the field's down at the start. As I said, it's now time for the talking to stop. Everybody's money's down. Those Operation Hunger finalists, well, they must have real big butterflies now. But let's go to the start and join our commentator for this first National 1600, Craig Peters.
And the runners just milling around at the back of the stalls for the first national bank of 400,000 rand. A couple of the riders have now mounted up. 16 runners will be dispatched from the 1600. There's your favourite, Senor Santa. Senor Santa, ridden by Jeffrey Lloyd, came from a long way back to win last year's race, but over the last 100 metres or so appear to be tiring. One wonders what tactics will be adopted this afternoon. You have stable companions Sani Pass and Bluffing in this afternoon's race, and should Bluffing go out and make a cracking gallop, that would be against Senor Santa. Senor Santa, once again ridden by Jeffrey Lloyd, had to overcome interference when winning the Keith Hepburn Champion Stakes, getting up to beat Ring a Pound. He was the champion 2-year-old colt in South Africa in 87 and was the champion sprinter in 89 and 90. He'll start off from stallgate number 10, carries that mass of 58 kilos, but has been on the drift from 16 to 10 to 18 to 10. Senor Santa has earned 1.3 million rand in stake money, has won 14 races, and certainly looks as though he'll be the one to beat. And there's the finalists for Operation Hunger. There's the gentleman with Dawson Trail and First City, both of them outsiders in the race, as well as Gold Ransom. And the lady just behind, she has got Roland Song. Roland Song wearing blinkers for the first time, and no doubt that those people, their hearts are pumping, as well as Naval Guest and the gentleman with Goldmark. Goldmark has shortened in the betting from 6 to 1 to 11 to 2, so that could be an omen. Ring a Pound number 9, gentleman giving a nice wave behind and Brief Affair, and there's Senor Santa. This gentleman has it all going for him. Can Senor Santa come home and win this afternoon's first national bank? And the runners are starting to load for the First National Bank over at the 1600. Goldmark is in with Striker Stratum. What tactics will be adopted? Has to overcome that stall gate number 14. A 62,000 rand purchase. State Control alongside of Goldmark. Roland Song is installed. There goes Dawson Trail into his stall, ridden by Kevin Shea. Dawson Trail gives no problems at all. Mace Roberts glancing over at Striker Stratum. Roland Song is in. Naval Gears being led up. Note that number 8 Howitzer is wearing a white cap to distinguish him from number 9, his stable companion Ring a Pound. Naval Gears being led up now. Naval Gears ridden by Dougie White. Also overcome at stall 15 as Naval Gears goes in alongside of the edge. Only a couple of runners to load for the First National Bank, 1,600 metres. There's 400,000 rand, a weight for the age, grade 1 event. Circle the Sun goes in. Circle the Sun, Zimbabwean Horse of the Year in 89-90. Glenn French, the Zimbabwean champion, has the ride. Still waiting for number 8, Howitzer, to come forward. Howitzer, as I said, will be wearing the white cap. And on the far side is Bluffing, number 1. And I expect Bluffing to possibly go out and attempt to make all the running. And Bluffing is ridden this afternoon by Gavin Fenzale and drawn at pole position number 1. First National Bank, 1,600 metres, ready to make their exit. We're going to have a start any second. And the gates are open. They sent on their way in the First National Bank, 1,600 metres. Bluffing on the extreme left. There's the Zimbabwean challenger with the red sleeve, Circle the Sun. Sani Pass is well positioned. The white blinkers of Gold Ransom on the outside, Howitzer. 2 off the right in the yellow sleeves, Roland Song setting off for the lead. At this stage, just in your picture is Senor Santa with the white noseband and State Control. Then the grey Miss Averoff races about 7 lengths off the leaders. As they go towards the 800 in the First National Bank, and that's Howitzer leading a half length from Roland Song. Bluffing is third, the red sleeves of Circle the Sun is fourth. On the outside, Sani Pass with the white noseband is Brief Affair. Near the railings with the white noseband, red cap is Dawson Trail. At this stage, we find Senor Santa fifth to last. Behind that, Miss Averoff and Naval Gear stand the edge at the back of the field. They hit the trail for home in the First National Bank, and it's Howitzer. Bluffing on the left with the brown sleeves, the first to challenge. Yellow sleeves of Roland Song starting to move in. Kevin Shea and Dawson Trail with the red cap are right there. On the outside, red sleeves and red cap of Sani Pass. Senor Santa, here he comes with the white noseband just in your picture. Roland Song has swept to the lead. Goldmark on the extreme right with the yellow cap. Senor Santa in the center of your picture coming home strongly. But it's Dawson Trail with the green sleeves there to the front. Senor Santa trying to come on late. Goldmark on the extreme right. Dawson Trail, Senor Santa. But Goldmark is finishing like a bullet. Goldmark and Senor Santa. Goldmark, Senor Santa. Goldmark from Senor Santa. Close for third between Miss Averoff and the edge.
Gentlemen, congratulations. Oh, here's a million. How you feel?
Oh, I feel great. I feel great.
Where do you come from?
Nicer.
Nicer. Squishes, you retired?
Retired, very tired.
Well, it's pouring down here and he's singing in the rain. He used to be assistant general manager with the bank. That's right, yeah. That's unbelievable. Congratulations. Wonderful. Well, it's pouring down here. It's certainly not going to dampen the excitement. Here's a man who's won $1 million. No matter what happens, we're going to get out of it because it's absolutely pouring here at Turfentine. Right, let's go, boys.
Yes, indeed. It is pouring down here at Turfentine. And there's the slow-mo. As the runners pass the 800 and come into the straight, Howitzer is the leader from Roland Song in the yellow sleeves and yellow cap, Bluffing at the rail third with the brown sleeves. At this stage, your winner, Goldmark, is racing midfield about 7 lengths off the leaders. The grey Miss Averoff is back second to last with Naval Gears. Senor Santa's giving them 6 length start. As they come into the home stretch, Howitzer brings the field for home in the First National Bank. Roland Song, the first one to challenge. Bluffing with the brown sleeves moves towards the inside, and then Dawson Trail. At this stage, your winner is on the extreme right of your picture, white sleeves and yellow cap. That's Goldmark, who's still got some 8 lengths to make up. There's 12 horses in front of him. Senor Santa makes a move before Goldmark. Senor Santa races in about 7th position in the middle of your screen with the white blaze and the white noseband. Roland Song now comes to the front from Howitzer, who's had enough. Bluffing along the inside railing, the red cap of Dawson Trail is only a length off them. Senor Santa with the white noseband and white blaze just coming into the picture as they go to the 300. On the near side with the brown sleeves, and the white cap is Goldmark. Now as they come to the 300, Dawson Trail, 2 off the left, hits the front. Goldmark, white sleeves, yellow cap is 2 off the right. Striker Stratum at this stage is still niggling at Goldmark. He's got 5 lengths to make on the leaders. Down to the 200, Dawson Trail, the leader. Goldmark on the outside. Senor Santa with the white noseband is in the middle of the picture, trying to come home strongly. The grey Miss Averoff is right there, but with 100 meters to go, it's still Dawson Trail by 2 lengths. Goldmark on the near side, and Senor Santa now coming off the pack to fight out a tremendous battle inside the 100-meter marker, and Goldmark just gets his head in front. Goldmark now being punched out by Striker Stratum. Senor Santa, once again these two came together for a top rivalry, but it's all Goldmark, the son of Golden Thatch, who does enough to win it from Senor Santa. Striker Stratum had the ride and proved his class this afternoon. Goldmark gets to the wire to win it by about half length to 3/4 from Senor Santa. The third position's close between the edge on the near side and the grey Miss Averoff. And the ground camera shows Dawson Trail with the red cap in front. On the extreme right, white sleeves, yellow cap. Here comes Goldmark. In the center, white noseband and white blaze of Senor Santa. There's nothing in it inside the 150. Dawson Trail, Senor Santa and Goldmark. It's anybody's race. Goldmark coming home under a courageous, gallant effort. Senor Santa once again proving his class. He certainly didn't go down in disgrace with this defeat, but there's only necks in it. Dawson Trail along the rail side just throws in the towel in the closing stages, while the grey Miss Averoff also comes on gallantly with the edge just sneaking into your picture. But the First National Bank victory goes to number 7. Goldmark, ridden by Striker Stratum, a son of Golden Thatch from Senor Santa. The third position went to number 11. The edge finished third, and fourth, number 15, Miss Averoff.
Sorry.
In the winner's enclosure, and it's pouring down here, I can tell you. The hail is coming down. I'm standing here with an umbrella and nearly being blown away, but the people who backed Goldmark, well, they certainly won't be complaining. Everybody said he wouldn't say, well, everybody was proved wrong today.
Well done.
And his trainer, Johanna Brain's done a great job with this horse. And Pierre Stratum, also, he rode a perfect race on this horse.
Well, I can tell you there's complete pandemonium down here in the weighing room. It's raining outside, and just about everybody that's anybody at the racecourse is packed in behind us. Pierre, congratulations, he stays.
Yes, definitely. I was a bit worried as he jumped out. Then was a little bit keen, but I seemed to get him relaxed quite quickly. Then I was doing it about 4 or 5 wide, and I eased him back, and eventually I saw Senor Santa on my inside. And at that stage I was very worried because Senor Santa's got quite a acceleration, and I thought, well, you know, he's definitely going to beat us. But luckily I came to the outside, moved him through, and he takes his time to get going. When you let him go, he build up right to the end.
Pierre, what was the pace like in the race? Did it turn into a sprint?
Well, it wasn't all that fast, but it wasn't very slow. So it was a testing mile.
And of course he takes his stake money to just 30,000 under that magic million mark.
Yes, thank you.
Pierre, congratulations and well done. Go and dry off.
Thank you.
Well, here we're having another look at this tremendous win by Goldmark. Mentioned earlier, he's a horse that not many thought would stay. He'd only run over 1,600 meters once before. He hadn't got a place, and he'd been running over 1,200 meters. His last 2 wins were over 1,200 meters. But today, Stratum rode a race, and he held him up, and there he comes with the gold cap. Clark Senor Santa, and there we see